Hello there ladies and gentlemen, I'm Animeholic and today I'm happy to welcome you to this new catchy name series in which I'm going to present you with 3 great anime series that surely are worth watching. You're going to see various series of vast genres that diverse in both number of episodes and popularity here because, you know, being open for new experiences won't do you harm. You don't have to be stuck in a shonen or rom-com bubble forever. It's difficult to make a top tier with an objective approach in mind. Some people say it can't be done at all, so please take this list with a grain of salt and remember that its order doesn't matter at the end of the day. Without further ado, let's get into it. I hope you enjoy it. A huge cave system called the Abyss is the only unexplored place in the world. Nobody knows how deep it really goes due to the curse that makes going back to the surface extremely difficult for people who went in. It's a mysterious phenomenon that affects anyone who dares to explore the Abyss. What is more, the caverns are home for dangerous predators and a place where you can find some very old monuments shrouded in mystery with purpose unknown to man. The depths of the Abyss have taken lives of generations of brave adventurers already. As the time went on, people who dared to examine mysteries of the Abyss gained the name of cave explorers for themselves. At the edge of the Abyss lies a town named Earth, where an orphan child named Rika lives. Her dream is to become a great explorer, like her mother, and unveil the mystery of the Abyss. One day, during the excavation in the upper areas of the cave, Rika meets a young robot boy who can turn out to be her greatest discovery and the key to the secrets of the Abyss. At the first glance, the series might seem to be another tale about 2 carefree kids that explore the well-known upper areas of the Abyss, but don't be fooled because there's much more to that anime that meets the eye. Also, the series has some beautiful vivid landscapes and backgrounds which are a lot more detailed than in most of the anime and manga series. The series tells the story of Kaiji, a man that is an ideal example of a loser who can't handle the reality. Kaiji takes low-paying jobs and often gambles. He lives from day 1 to day 2, barely making ends meet. As if that wasn't enough, it turns out that his friend, for whom he agreed to be a loan co-signer, has tricked him. The main character was held responsible for the payment of a loan of 300,000 yen, which increased to 4 million due to the interest. Kaiji had to face the choice of 2 options, to either get the money as soon as possible or pay off the debt for the next 10 years. The credit company that tries to get Kaiji to pay off the debt realizes that the young man won't be able to cover it, so they gave him an offer. A participation in some suspicious gambling games on the board of a mysterious ship with other desperate people who are in debt to some bigwigs of the criminal world. Those who win the games will have their debt completely paid off. What is more, they're going to receive additional funds that will allow them for a wealthy life. And what if you lose? Watch the show and find out for yourself. That's how Kaiji's new life full of despair, struggle and crossing the borders of humanity begins. A fascinating story that shows the true nature of people in crisis and how far they can go for their own safety. The anime might have its unusual graphics, but it really shouldn't be a factor that decides if you should give this series a go. It's really worth to give it a chance. The anime is about some rather peculiar residents of Sakurasou dormitory. Why peculiar, do you ask? Because they're students who simply can't follow the rules of an ordinary student's dorm. Konda Sorata is a young man with a weakness for stray cats, who was kicked out of his previous dorm for holding them in his room. One day, he receives an order to pick up a new tenant, Mashiro, from the station. Mashiro might seem like an ordinary girl at first glance, but in reality she's utterly missing the common sense and ability to live in a society. Due to this fact, Sorata is forced to deal with Mashiro's basic responsibilities to such an extent that he even has to pick an underwear for her or she will go out without it. Even though the anime space is rather slow, the series shows us that it's an explosive mix of drama, romance and comedy over time. Its true potential lies within realistic problems that characters have to face, which makes the story even more heart-touching. All tenants have their own problems and personalities. Most likely every viewer is going to find a soulmate among the characters. If you made it to the end of this episode, please let me know which series would you like to see next in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. See ya!